This is EDG's first opponent at San Diego Masters, M8. And today we're doing a tempo analysis, specifically breaking down what they do differently that enables the double duelist to consistently extract so much value. Because right now, the meta has shifted in speed. Teams are heavily prioritizing fast play over slow, which is a direct response to cooldown changes, pushing teams towards quicker executes and earlier commitments. But here's the question, why hasn't EMEA fully changed with it? Take Haven as an example. At Champs 2025, the average plant time was 59 seconds, but during 2026 EMEA kickoff, that number actually increases to 1 minute and 1 second. That might not just be an anomaly. It could hint that EMEA as a whole could potentially be lagging behind the meta only in terms of pacing. Except for M8. Against the regional norm, M8's Haven plant time drops to 51 seconds. And on top of that, they're sitting at a 100% win rate on the map. Comparing this to Fnatic, their average plant time is 72.5 seconds, but their attacking round win rate is only 36%. And this trend doesn't stop there. On Bind, M8 once again posts a faster than average plant time, while also holding a 70.59% attacking win rate on a map that is currently one of the most defender-sided maps in the pool. And yes, they also have an 100% win rate on Bind. So today we're going to look at specific rounds on Bind that showcase their fast play style, their extremely effective on-the-fly decision making, and how this approach actively punishes teams that aren't ready for it. When GX played M8 on Bind, what stood out immediately was how simple the pacing structure actually was. M8 often runs very basic defaults, then execute. Or they default into drop-offs, double back with a TP, and hit the original site. Both of these finding massive success. In fact, they reverse sweep the map by winning 11 consecutive attacking rounds. But the most important detail isn't the tactics themselves. It's the proactiveness every single round. Solo plays and pair plays, just overall constant initiative. They fully embrace aggression and fast-paced decision making, which is exactly what the current patch rewards. When hitting A, don't you think it's favorable to get bomb down and just play the post plant? Because we already have a good portion of the side control. But M8's thought process and mindset is completely different. This round is a perfect example of pair play and on-the-fly initiative during post plant. But here's what M8 reads instead based on the information they have. So Viper is U-Haul, and Razor's top truck just dropped towards the U-Haul side. And since GX doesn't have Yoru, rotations are far more predictable. That means they can be at most 2 or 3 A, especially considering Showers and A short had no pressure from them at the start. Now add in the fact that this is a bonus round, so M8 decides to flash clear backside. If there are 2 people, they're both very likely U-Haul due to info, and therefore we can crunch them. If there's 3, then the third player must be solo backside, and that player gets caught by the flash. From there, M8 creates not only multi-angled pressure, but also bonus round close range gun pressure on the U-Haul players. Even though M8 doesn't have any close range guns, GX doesn't actually know that. They only know that it's a bonus round. Plus the surrounding angle pressure is what makes this discomfort, which is what forces GX to peek out to stabilize. Now look at the next round. Same concept of backside initiative, but taken even further. When you see this positioning on the map, almost every single team in the world would just attempt the bomb plant, but M8 doesn't. This team has super aggressive tendencies across the board, even from the IGL. They capitalize off the fade ult and dog, clearing the right side and minimizing angles. Then with the bomb, coordinate yet another U-Haul wrap with their waylay, instantly catching 2 players. And this is a key pattern. If M8 sees an opportunity, they'll take it, almost every single time. That mindset directly correlates with their faster average round time. For execute details, we see a textbook hyper-aggressive double duelist entry path. One thing I've consistently noticed with M8 is this. As soon as they have ultimates, they're far more likely to start the round with a strat. This shows up across every map they play. In this round, they clear B long, and as soon as they're in position, they just go. The double duelist dash in, and every member full sprints to site. What's important here is that they're not within the mindset of always hitting the low person site, and they don't rely heavily on dragged out defaults to estimate the overall position. Instead, they trust that their utility and ult coverage and their on-the-fly proactiveness can counterbalance the strong site they're hitting. Once again, this fast ult-driven decisiveness ties directly into their faster average plant time. This round, practically no team will think about doing. It shows something even more ingrained in their mindset, pure instinct to get kills. Because of the Viper ult, most teams would wrap Showers, avoiding the ult and taking backside, or favoring a B hit. But M8, they're not afraid at all to go straight through the Viper ult with no punish ults at all. They fully embrace their aggressive playstyle and double duelist kit enabling it. Why? Because the Viper ult itself gives information. They know someone is inside it, compared to other areas where you can only have calculated guesses. So instead of over planning, they just use their utility and kill him. There's another layer to it here. Defensive Viper ults often force teams into a 2-man site mid to late round, which means probability wise, there's almost always only one player inside the ult. Finally, this is a key endgame instant reaction they had. This round highlights pure proactive pair play. The moment the IGL feels information is needed, he uses dog and ult confirmation to find there's high likelihood of only one person CT. So with zero hesitation, 2 players instantly wrap elbow and peek together. There's nothing fancy or complex, but it's just the speed, initiative, and decisiveness of this play is where many VCT teams seems to fall behind in. Other teams often wait until the situation feels awkward, then try to get the info, and by then, it might already be a bit too late. As long as EDG embraces this tempo shift and understands that the faster execute timing windows, it can consistently know when to make plays and when to gather information. And that's how you stay one step ahead in the information game. With regard to M8's start round ult strats, necessary precautions and pre-round start plans need to be made to help resist a bit of M8's aggressive playstyle. If you found today's episode useful, don't forget to subscribe. I'll be uploading weekly.